Well, let's go from one lefty network to another. Here in Australia, Ita Buttrose has announced she will not be continuing as the chair of the ABC beyond 2024. Now, Ita Buttrose was appointed by Scott Morrison in 2019. At the time, Scott Morrison said, "Australia trusts Ita. I trust Ita." So you can imagine the disappointment that Ita Buttrose must have been to those coalition members, hoping that under her watch, the ABC would not have quite so much left-leaning bias. If anything, it's become more left under her watch, albeit with less viewers and less listeners. Not that anyone at the ABC seems terribly bothered by that, but maybe we shouldn't be too hard on Ita Buttrose. If she was the best Conservatives could manage, imagine what an appointee from the Albanese government is going to do with the national broadcaster. Those who are saying good riddance to Ita Buttrose ought to be careful what they wish for, Liz, because it's rumoured that potential replacements could be former Labor Prime Minister Julia Gillard and former Queensland Labor Premier Anna Bligh. Now, history shows that successive chairs at the ABC have had zero impact on ABC bias. You can be sure that whoever is appointed by the Albanese government isn't even going to try.
No. Well, I would say that Ita didn't really try. Certainly, as just an everyday person watching her term in the chair, all I saw was someone pocketing over $200,000 worth of taxpayer money every single year without what seemed like any attempt to turn it around or be a strong Conservative voice, etc. and so on. I mean, this year alone, she presided over, most recently, that kerfuffle at the Woodhouse execs home, which was trespassed upon. We still haven't gotten answers about that. There was the Northern Territory meeting debacle of, these are all white supremacists. No, they're just concerned locals, something they did apologise for. There was the coronation coverage scandal. Again, I think the government actually asked for an apology in that particular instance. It's just been a massive disappointment. But if this was a glimmer of hope, and who knows, maybe the last chairman we'll see appointed by a Liberal for a very long time. Who knows, touch wood. There's only glass here, so I can't. But I found her entire performance utterly hopeless.
But who do we think is going to be able to do a better job? I mean, the problem with being the chairman or woman of the ABC is that the joint is run by the staff.
Yes.
And I don't care who it is. It could be Ita Buttrose,
Maurice
Newman, it could be anyone. If you sent them into the ABC now, I reckon it is literally impossible to turn that ship around. The only way to do it is to blow the joint up and start again. The culture is so entrenched that one chairman or woman on their own cannot fix it. And the chairman or woman is responsible for the board or answerable to the board. The board makes the decisions. The chairman or woman then is the person who goes and is the outward face of those decisions
I understand how boards work,
I don't think it comes down to Ita Buttrose. I think it comes down to the organisation is a basket case, and you could send in, I don't know, Winnie the Pooh for all I care. I don't think it'd make a difference.
I maintain mine. She didn't do anything. So you may be right in saying, of course, the chairman can't single-handedly turn around the entire organisation, but we didn't even see a glimmer of her taking on a few board members or an example of maybe a kerfuffle or I'm trying to drag in a certain direction. There wasn't a single hint of that.
When she was first appointed in 2019, she said there probably is left bias and there's probably a lack of diversity. So she acknowledged the issues at the front end, but it didn't seem to change during her 5-year tenure.
Yeah, pocketed a heck of a lot of money, our money, and what'd you do with it, Ita? I don't know.